Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew LV.
So greetings, I hope you're well and I hope you're keeping safe. Today, I want to speak about a movie I've just seen called Why Did I Get Married? Now, it is not what you think. It's not one of those movies where it is negative and it's just poo-pooing marriage. It's pretty positive, actually. It's by Tyler Perry and it's American. Tyler Perry is an amazing director, an amazing movie man, and I really like his work that he does do. It stars Janet Jackson in it as one of the main characters, but this isn't a movie review. This is talking about relationships, yeah? So this talks about, I want to reference the movie because it's reference to the subject matter I'm talking about. So, in a movie, there's 4 different couples, and Janet Jackson is one of the ones that are married, all married individuals. But in it, there is the one I want to center on is one about some woman who is married, and she obviously, that's what the movie's about. She's married, she's overweight, and she's married to this skinnier guy who is a bit of an arse. They all decide to go into some cabin up in the woods in the snow and go skiing and all the rest of it. So in the meantime, this woman is praying to God all the time, asking God to save her marriage. And so what happens is that as they're getting onto some plane, there's her husband, and some other girl who is meant to be friends of the couple. So they go on the plane. The girl who's married, who I'm talking about, is overweight. The husband is slim, and the girl is slim as well, right? So this bit's important. So as they're on the plane, you're probably gonna be kicking off in a minute. She sits on a chair, in one of the chairs and stuff. And this white guy sitting next to her, and he gets really annoyed, so he goes and complains to the air steward. Air steward tells the woman she's going to have to get off the plane or pay for an extra seat because she, as a big woman, as a policy of associations that you have to, if you're overweight, you have to purchase 2 seats for your backside to fit in it. Fucking stupid. But anyway, I won't go there. So what the important thing is, anyway, what happens is this woman has to then go and get a car to drive all the way to this cabin. In the meantime, it's snowing, right? It's snowing quite heavy. The husband tells the wife, who is, the overweight lady, that, look, I'll give you some money, you can get a cab, you can get a car, rent a car, and meet us up there. By the time you get there, we'll probably be there. So she, again, because she wants to save the marriage, she obeys what this guy's saying. In the meantime, he's again, God, I can't believe you're so big. I knew you'd have to take up 2 seats. The guy's feeling like a right dick. And he's a bit of an arse, really. So anyway, long story short, what happens is she goes and she leaves these 2 together. Now, you can see how this is panning out, right? And then, so she drives all the way up there. In the meantime, she does a lot of self-reflection. At one point, she says to God, I know you're going to get me through this. And I know you're going to help me try and save my marriage. So she sticks with it and does the drive because she wants to save her marriage. Anyway, she gets there. In the meantime, this guy's humping this girl, right? And the friends find out. And anyway, stuff kicks off. She finds out. So she's upset and she laces him with a bottle or something like that. She just then leaves him and stays in the area in Colorado, in America. And they all disband, go their different ways. Long story short, again, just cutting this up, there is a reason to this story. That she meets somebody who was actually there when she got to the cabin. He was the sheriff. So anyway, they stay together, and she then loses so much weight, right? And then they go to this reunion, and she goes to it, but then nobody knows. There's I won't toot to the ending, but there is a surprise at the end. But nobody knows. But when she arrives, obviously everyone's shocked, and it was a good, amazing turnout. And basically, she makes her ex look like a right knob, like he is. So, what's the moral of my story? There's 2 morals of my story. One reference to that. The first one is when you ask for somebody, when you date somebody, right? You make sure that they are who they are. And if you're not happy with them, weight, size, and whatever, and I've been through this, you turn around and tell them, right, the reason why that you don't want to be with them, or why you chose them. If they put weight in when they're with you, it's a different kettle of fish. And then if that is the case, then I feel you should either help them to get through. If they don't want to help get through it, it's almost like you're going to end up cheating on them, right? You say you won't, but you will. And I hope you don't, because that is just the lowest of the low. But with the individual who is put on weight, there could be a numerous amounts of reasons why they put weight on or they're that size. Now, I'm not poo-pooing people overweight, because I'm overweight, yeah? So at the end of the day, I know myself, I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't like the way I am. And if they date me the size I am, like she did, and if she loses the weight because this guy was patient enough to support her to go for the gym thing, eat well, that's the other point as well. And what she said is that he gave her reason to lose the weight. Yeah, he was always encouraging her, and this other arsehole wasn't, right? So in that sense, if that is the case, yeah, that you're being walked all over and treated like crap because of your size and these little jokes that's being said, right? You know what? Find someone that's going to love you for you, because there are people that find bigger sizes, plus sizes, and I hate that word, attractive, right? And you will find love. Second point is this, is that I had a friend, right? I had a friend, and they were with somebody. I'm not going to get into names. I'm going to talk about the gender, but I'm just going to just say they were a friend of mine a couple of years ago, and they were finding themselves, and they found themselves, and they went through a series of failed relationships, and they really had a really bit of a tough time, and we were there supporting them through it. Anyway, long story short, I keep saying that, don't I? Anyway, through this scenario, they were in their element. They were vibing and met this person, right? And this person, my friend said to me, look, I don't even want anything with this person. I just want to be friends, because they tried to date and it didn't really work out. But my friend was open and honest with this person about, look, I don't feel that we can be anything, but, you know, we're just friends. And it turned out that it's a situationship, and it turns out to be friends with benefit. But my mate made sure that they knew that. And then one day, my friend came to see me, or was coming to see me, and they were raging. And this person ordered something through Amazon. I shouldn't laugh. But something through Amazon to my friend's house. I'm laughing because you should have seen how my friend flipped out. And they were just raging. I goes, why are you so angry? And then my friend said, because they're taking liberties ordering stuff to my house. I don't have space, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, the way you're acting, you're talking to me, and the things you're saying about this person, you're in a relationship. You're in a relationship. If it's a situationship or friends and benefits, it's a hookup thing. Yeah, so the way you're talking to me, you're going out from dinners to movies to events, and you're bringing them. That's not a situationship. And if that's a situationship, that should just be, look, we just are kind of like companions. My friend don't need a companion because they're stunning. Anyway, so I'm not saying people that want companions ain't stunning, but I'm trying to get my point across there. So what I was saying was like, well, you talking to me, of you blurring the lines, and now you're getting upset because this is transpired. Anyway, the whole scenario came out was that individuals, you need to be blatantly open and to the point with people. They have to sit within your remit of what you want, yeah, of where you are. If they're not rolling the way you want to roll, you need to be open, honest with them, and don't blur the boundaries. And I know it sounds really tough, but relationships are hard work and building it, but it can be beautiful. So in that scenario, if you're not rolling the way I want you to roll, and I tell you and you're not participating, I'm moving on. So anyway, they turned around and had a conversation, and they remained friends, but they now have different partners now, and they're both living a peaceful life. Anyway, I hope you're safe, and I'll see you on my next video. Stay blessed, stay safe. May it always be with you.